Okay, it's Sunday, and today I'm very lucky to have a conversation with my friend Danielle. And Danielle is actually here. She's sitting right there. And we have had Danielle stayed with me this weekend. We've had a really incredible weekend, and in a lot of ways, um, Danielle, your visit here has really validated some things that I've been talking about all year. That this entire year we have been coming into greater congruence with our own selves, with who we really are. We've been coming into greater congruence with the frequency of relationship that we want to experience in the world. Like, if you've been watching these videos, I've been talking about how, like, we are gravitating toward the kinds of relationships where we have nothing to hide and nothing to prove, that are super authentic, that feel really calming to our nervous system because we don't have to put on anything. We can be brilliant, we could be sad, we could be angry, we could not know things, so we've been coming into that relationship with ourselves, like, and it's okay. I might not know what I'm doing or where I'm going. I might not understand all of these things, and it's okay because I love myself anyway. And so we've had this transformation. It's transformed our work. It's transformed what we vision for our future, the way that we um, the way that we show up in our day to day. And in some ways, this week, now that we're in Scorpio energy, in this week, we're drawing a line. And I'm, without saying too much about what we've been talking about, we're drawing a line energetically between the way that our life has been so far and the way that we'll be living our life moving forward. And in our case, there are all kinds of exciting opportunities on the horizon line that we feel courageous enough to commit to, that we feel courageous enough, like, we trust in the intelligence of the universe to say yes to these things. We're trusting the synchronicity. We're trusting the somatic truth that we feel in every moment. And we're trusting that even if we have some uncertainty, there's enough proof of the moment that is brilliant enough to say yes, even if we don't exactly know all the details. And so this week, I feel there will be even more, even more of the shedding in some ways of beliefs that I anticipate that after you leave and during this week, we're going to be like, oh, and there will be some conversations that we'll have with ourselves of like, am I really doing this? Am I really going to pull this off? Like, is this really happening? And as we do the tangible things to take action on our decisions, we're going to be like, oh, yes, I am. I can. Yes, I don't feel attached to these things that used to help me feel safe anymore. I don't feel attached to these things that used to make up my identity, because guess what? I carry that with me in every moment all the time. And so I feel this week is going to be a finalizing week, and there will be a harvest of all the yeses. There'll be a harvest of synchronistic proofs of all the yeses that we've been having, and also just a gentle release of the no's. Just like, oh, okay, well, good. Like, that gently just went away. Now, if I'm speaking from a certain level of hmm, speaking from a certain field of how I interact with my world, and we've talked about fields a lot this weekend. There will be things that, I mean, for many people, I think there will be things that people become aware of that they, up to this point, they didn't realize they needed to draw a line in the sand. So there could be some oh wow, I've been putting that off. I really need to put a line in the sand around that thing. And this could be, for everyone, it's going to be a slightly different thing. It could be really personal. It could be really public. I've been doing a lot of readings lately where I'm seeing oh, this is going to have to do with your public relationships. Oh, this is going to have to do with your relationship with your body. Oh, this is going to have to do with your personal relationships. This is going to have to do with the way that you are making money in the world. So there's different areas where we'll be drawing those lines more firmly. And I just know the mantra I've been saying over and over is whatever is shifting was is my somatic yes and no is telling me which way to go. Whatever is shifting, I'll know in the moment when to say yes and when to say no, so I can continuously trust that place. And so let me see if there's anything else. I think that that feels pretty complete. I know that Saturday obviously is the full moon and it's Halloween, and it's considered by many to be like the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the Taurus full moon is this opportunity to plant, see a reflection of the seeds that we planted back in Taurus season. So there will be a reflection of like all the work we've done for the past 6 months. And yeah, I feel complete with that. Is there anything that you'd like to add? You don't have to. I'm offering.
I think you said it all. Just being authentic.
Authentic.
Being vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable.
And vulnerable.
Relationships now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to be authentic and vulnerable in our relationships now, and just share the truth that's on our heart and trust that these truths are the medicine that will serve everyone. Like, even as vulnerable as it might seem, it actually is the balm that will help everyone to feel more congruent and trust themselves. So, all right, well, that's what I have to say this week. I think if I was going to call this week something, I would call it congruence. I think I would call it congruence, like final congruence, or not final. I mean, finally congruent. Yeah. Finally congruent. So I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you next week.